Hi, I'm Zero, and this is What If Naruto Snapped. I got this idea while I was not even thinking about Naruto What If. I was thinking about my first ever Dragon Ball What If since I hit 900. 900. You get the gist. So, yeah. And I got a pretty good scenario for it, how it will happen. So, I thought let's just make it before, it kind of went back of my mind and I completely forgot about it. So, yeah. If any of you remember when, I don't remember clearly when, before when what do you call, Hokage Hiruzen was, taking Kakashi to the kids' home, before they met Kakashi and, they were on his team. And Kakashi said about the spoiled milk, and Naruto, became Sasuke to, kiss her. Pretty much. If you don't remember that, try look it up on YouTube. You will get, the video. If I found it, I will, link it in bio. If I didn't, you can try finding it. It's a great scene, if I might add. So I will using that as a base for make Naruto snap. Backstory is the same. Everything goes the same except for when Naruto was about to kiss Sakura, he had to go to bathroom again. But this time, while he was running away, he created a shadow clone and left it there to, do what he was doing, you know, basically. But while the original Naruto runs off to go to the bathroom, the shadow clone was about turned into Sasuke and was about to, come finish the thing that Sakura was doing, trying to kiss her. But then he saw original Sasuke coming there, so he hid behind the tree. Now Sakura or Sasuke didn't saw it, and when Sakura started to, saying bad shit about Naruto, that how he doesn't even have parents to tell him what to do, and all the bad stuff, what she said in the original. This hurted Naruto's shadow clone a lot. It was like someone ripped his heart out. That much pain because this girl he liked said so much about him. But before, how original Sasuke defended, pretty much told Sasuke, Sakura that being alone is difficult. Or what he did in the original, I don't remember exact words what he said, but you got the gist. Before Sasuke says that, Naruto's clone dispelled. The clone was in so much pain that he just, dispel himself. While Naruto was in the bathroom, the clone's memory went inside Naruto, and Naruto was shocked. He was crying now. His heart broke again. It was like his heart was breaking twice because his clone's memory also got there. After he was done with his business in the bathroom, he just ran home and closed the door and go to his bed and start to cry. He was so hurt by the girl that he liked, the girl he loved's words for him. How she was saying all those things about him. It hurted him. And Naruto cried for 2 to 3 hours straight. His eyes were red. But while he was crying, he was also thinking, why? Why did I ever do anything? Why did I ever trusted anyone? I just wanted a family. I just wanted friends. I can't have that. Do everyone think about me like that? Am I just a nuisance? And after that, he just, went to his bathroom and took a shower and came out. Now he was much more calmer. He was mainly angry at Sakura, angry at himself for even liking Sakura. It hurted him too much. He couldn't handle it, all the hatred that he got from the villagers and the, girl he liked. hatred towards him as well. It was just too much for him. It broke on him, and he just snapped. He says, "No more. Never again. I won't trust anyone. Ever again." Because Naruto is kind of more afraid of, you know, trusting someone again and being betrayed by them once again. But then he thinks, how did he got the knowledge? How did he knew what his shadow clone knew? So he created another shadow clone, told him to go outside and eavesdrop a little. You know, he looked at some people, eavesdropped on few people, civilians talking about, yeah, their shop wasn't that good of food. That one was much better. That kind of normal talk. When the clone dispelled, Naruto gained the knowledge. Now Naruto thinks, maybe if I'm strong, maybe I should be strong. At that point, Naruto gained a hunger for power and strength. So before he goes to sleep, he creates about 5 shadow clones. Put more chakra into those shadow clones without thinking about, putting more chakra into it. Because Naruto is still quite upset. So, yeah, basically he put chakra worth of 2 shadow clones into, 1 shadow clone. Basically making them more stronger shadow clones. Before he goes to sleep, he tells the shadow clones to, sneak out of the home, then sneak into the library. He wants to learn now. It's time to get the strongest. It's time to be the strongest, Naruto says to himself and goes to sleep. But before sleeping, Naruto has to do a little bit of exercise so he can get tired and start to, training himself. Naruto does push ups, sit ups. He does about hundreds of them until he can't even move his bodies. His body is in pain. He just goes to sleep. Now, knowing to him, Naruto being upset, he was naturally taking a very, very little amount of Kyuubi's chakra, enough to increase his regeneration that he naturally has a little bit higher. So, yeah. Now we cut to Naruto's clones. Naruto's clone sneaks out of the home and sneaks into the library easily, because if he can, sneak in the Hokage office and get the scroll of sealing, he can do that easily. He goes there and starts to read, but Naruto is still, a dimwit idiot, basically. He can't learn things just by reading them. So the clone starts to read a page 10 times. If he can't remember it, 20 times again and again and again. He just reads about ninjas, chakra, and all that stuff, basically, for the entire night. The entire Throughout the night, the shadow clone did not disappear because they had so much chakra within them to keep them you know alive, basically, because he put, as I said, more chakra, making them enhanced shadow clones, annoying to himself. So he wakes up about 5 a.m. with a headache. He concentrates on his head and he goes through all the memories of the all 5 shadow clones, what they did, how they did it, what kind of stuff they learned. His shadow clone, were not strong enough to keep them up for all night, basically. So he basically sent the shadow clone about at 10 p.m. or 11, and at 5 they dispelled. Basically, 5 hours to go to take. So in those 5 hours, those 5 shadow clones learned quite a lot of books. He actually remembered them. He remembers about chakra. What is chakra? The things that was taught in the academy, but Naruto wasn't paying attention. How much chakra natures there are. How to train your physical body, and a little bit history about the strongest ninjas, Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju. So Naruto wants to be stronger than both of them combined. He has kind of gained a thirst for power. So he start exercising, the basic exercise he saw. Starts to do it for about 6 a.m. Then he gets ready and goes to the academy. It's quite early because today the team would be decided. Naruto is sitting at the corner, basically in the center where he usually sits. Then Sasuke comes with his horde of fangirls, and he sits left to Naruto. Now, Naruto is not yelling, his head is down. He's just thinking, going through all those knowledge he learned and going through them again and again to see if he missed something. So he's completely concentrating on that. Then, Shikamaru, all the other kids come. Then Sakura and Ino come. Both of them were trying to race each other to see who will, come first, but it was kind of a draw. So yeah, Sakura sees Sasuke and runs up to him, and he sees Naruto sitting on between Sasuke basically. Sasuke sitting on the left side of the bench, Naruto is in the center, and now only right side of Naruto is available. She basically says, Naruto, move. Naruto was too much concentrated, on his thoughts. He didn't listen. She said, Naruto, move. Naruto, come back to his senses and look at Sakura. He didn't say anything. He just looked at her. She said, move, I wanna sit with my Sasuke. Naruto just completely ignored her, just looked forward and got back to what he was doing. She got angry and tried punching Naruto. Naruto saw it and Naruto dodged. He Naruto put his fist back and punched Sakura in the nose. When that happens, the entire class went silent. Sasuke's eyes were widened. Hinata, you know, Ino, Shikamaru, Choji, everyone's eyes were widened. And he punched Sakura in the nose so hard that Sakura kind of, fall back. Sakura was shocked, but she was angry that Naruto dared hit her. She tried, punching Naruto again. Naruto dodged and punched her on the face again. She was shocked at how Naruto was acting. She got angry, she took out a kunai and ran towards Naruto. Naruto simply grabbed the kunai from the sharp and his hands were bleeding, but he didn't care. He didn't even flinch. He basically punched Sakura again and again and again and again on her face until Shikamaru had to, use shadow possession to stop Naruto from pretty much beating Sakura down to a pulp. When suddenly Naruto stopped moving, Sakura got herself off of Naruto's grip, and she fell down, grabbing her face. It was bloody, and she was crying. Naruto looked down and see shadow possession. He looked at Shikamaru. Shikamaru just looked at Naruto. Naruto sighed. Shikamaru got rid of the shadow possession, and Naruto went back and sit down and put his head down to go towards what he was doing. Unknowing to them, Aruka was there at the gate looking at what happened, and he was shocked how Naruto was acting. It wasn't like Naruto, but it was Naruto. Aruka can't explain it. Sakura pretty much got her ass handed to her pretty badly. She had to go to infirmary. When she came back, she had, stitches on the face, and her face was bandaged, and she was angry looking at Naruto. But she kind of realizes that if she tries that again, Naruto will beat her down again. So yeah, she just sat down and didn't speak anything because she was so sure that Naruto actually did that to her. Several of the class, Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba, Ino, and even Sasuke were thinking, didn't he like her or something? But Naruto didn't like her anymore. Naruto realized who she truly was, and Naruto has changed a lot in this short amount of time. In a single night, Naruto's personality has taken a dark turn. For the good or for the worse, we won't know until we get to the longer part of the story. And so Naruto just sits there while Oroka, pretty much after Sakura, damn it. Basically, when Sakura came back from the infirmary, everything went to the normal. You know, the teams were announced, teams were the same, but no one said anything because they were all kind of too shocked on Naruto's outburst. What Naruto had. Basically, Shikamaru thinks, is he giving in to the anger that he had? Because Shikamaru always knew that Naruto was depressed underneath, was kind of always sad underneath. He was just, a smile was just his way of getting rid of his depression or rage that he had built up within him. And so that happens. They still were waiting for 2 hours, but exactly after half an hour, Naruto had enough of it. Naruto stood up and started to walk away. Sakura was about to say anything, but then Naruto glared at her. She just shut up, and Naruto just up and left. He went to his home and started to train. He didn't care about anyone anymore. He pretty much wanted power. So he created about 5 shadow clones who were as strong as, even I would say, stronger than what he created last night. And, told them to go. Pretty much look for, go to the library and learn more. But after 5 minutes, all the shadow clone dispersed, and Naruto realized that, he couldn't sneak in the daylight. So Naruto decided to get up and leave towards the forest to, you know, relax his mind and so forth. But before going downstairs, let's have a, ramen. Naruto went to the ramen stand and ate ramen. And he says, what else should I do? He went towards the forest. There is still, 1 hour left before Kakashi gets, to the class. He was going towards deep, deep into the forest. He went quite, further deep inside, and suddenly the floor beneath Naruto cracked and he fell down. He fell quite a, not too deep pit, but a little bit deep, basically at the size of the classroom, kind of their classroom roof to floor height. Yeah, that kind of. Naruto fell. Naruto was about to go unconscious, but he just got angry at that. He how can he fell like that? I need to get stronger. Not enough. I must get stronger. I must be strong. In the rage, Naruto started to leak out a little bit of Kyuubi's chakra, started to heal him. It was so little that it didn't did too much effect, but it kind of healed his cracked leg that got cracked after he fell. So he was able to stand up and he looked up. He saw the ground didn't break, but a wooden flooring that was in the middle of it. You know how they have wooden bunkers, underground bunkers with a wooden door? Yeah, that kind of thing. That broke. Naruto looked around and saw a torch. Naruto took out a lighter and light up the torch. He saw it was a kind of like a bunker, basically. But when he looked back, there were shelves of just scrolls, so many scrolls. Naruto smirked to himself. He thinks maybe with this, I can be the strongest. But Naruto knew that he had to, go back and, do other stuff, be in the village as well. So Naruto pretty much, make the shadow clone sign and start to focus. He wanted to make a strongest shadow clone that he could. He basically made a shadow clone with the three, normal clone, normal shadow clones worth of chakra in one clone. And that clone jumped out with the help of Naruto out of the place and ran towards the village, basically. Mainly to buy ropes and basically cover this stuff up so it can be Naruto's, own little base where he comes and trains. Basically, Naruto wants to learn everything here. While the clone left, Naruto created more shadow clones, but this time there were no more shadow clones. They started to all read scrolls. After about 2 hours has passed, Naruto's clone dispersed. He gained the knowledge of that Kakashi came, after 2 hours. Naruto was, outside of the academy. He saw Kakashi inside the, classroom. He went inside. Kakashi told them to meet upstairs, and everything goes the same. Sakura was kind of scared of Naruto, but she still says that she hates him. She hates him even more because how he beat her. Naruto says, I just want to be the strongest. He just says that. And this kind of shocked Sasuke and, Sakura because they thought he would say that he wanted to be Hokage, but Naruto's dream is to be the strongest. He doesn't care about Hokage stuff anymore. He wants to be the strongest there ever was, or ever will be, perhaps. Naruto basically just smirks to himself that they will be having a battle test tomorrow, huh? So I can train today. Naruto just no scratch that. Yeah, tomorrow will be the bell set. Let's just say Naruto read the scrolls that day. He left about at 9 p.m. from that place. He already covered that place with leaves, sand, and more. Basically sticks so no one else can see it. But there are still 7 to 10 shadow clones within the place reading upon shadow clones because Naruto needs to know what kind of scrolls there are before he can, start to train with them. Naruto goes home, sleeps at 5 in the morning. Naruto wakes up. All the shadow clones have long dispersed, but Naruto didn't have, the headache that he usually had because his body is getting used to, gotten used to him pretty much, gaining excess knowledge and headache. So yeah, he didn't wake up from his sleep, but he naturally woke up at 5. He woke up, he trained, did before sleeping he did his physical training, and morning after waking up he does his physical training, takes a shower while he's resting and sitting down, letting his body heal up. He's thinking on all the knowledge. There are several jutsus about fire style, basically uh, jutsus for all 5 chakra natures and how to train those chakra natures, and several others jutsus, several snake jutsus as well. Basically, this was something that was created by Orochimaru very long time ago, but he long forgot about it. He basically collected few scrolls, basically wrote copy few scrolls to put them somewhere where he can come and learn, but at some point he just forgot about them because he changed his interest to more high level scrolls. Basically there are few low level, all 5 elemental techniques, few snake techniques, and multi shuriken jutsu, exploding clones, water shockwave, and all that. But basically mainly that place has ton shit of taijutsu, kenjutsu scrolls, and sealing scrolls, and the research Orochimaru was doing. all is now inside of Naruto's head. Naruto is still, can't just remember anything he sees, but after reading a thing 3 times, 10 times, even 20 times, of course he will remember it. So yeah, Naruto's IQ is getting a little bit higher than what it was in the original. So yeah, basically Naruto pretty much eats, goes there for the bell test. Sakura's mom, when she heard, and when Sakura came back from the school, she was shocked at how her face was. She asked her, and she said that Naruto did that. She was angry, and she says, "Don't worry, Sakura, don't worry." But she has a plan to make Naruto pay for hurting her daughter, because she is a council member, a civilian council member. Naruto went there and was just meditating, relaxing his body, his muscles, because he, just trained his physical body to the peak until he couldn't move. That's how he always trains his body. And for some reason, whenever he's angry, he heals faster. So he's trying to be angry so he can heal faster from, his aching body. Uh, Damn, whenever I make what if on lying while lying on the bed, I just yawn. Damn it. What's the time? Yeah, there's still a lot of time left, so we can go on for a long time. So yeah. Hmm. What else do I wanna say? Oh yeah. Then Sasuke and Sakura came. Sasuke is more interested in Naruto for now because he can see Naruto has changed, but why? He doesn't know why. And Kakashi also saw that. Kakashi told this about, to Haruzen. Haruzen says, okay, I'll talk to him about it when I go to give him his monthly money. And so yeah, basically then they does the bell test. It goes a little different. Naruto does not get 1,000 years of death jutsu at all, because Naruto did try to fight him, but he wasn't being normal about it. He was actually trying to fight him. He was punching, kicking. His taijutsu was still as terrible as ever, but there was a hatred in Naruto's eyes that kind of caught Kakashi off guard. He was less kind of bloodlusted, to be exact. Not too much, not too little, but he was bloodlusted. It was so little that he didn't want to kill him, but he just wanted to hit Kakashi very hard. In that rage, he took some of the Nine Tails chakra, making his physique a little bit stronger and making him a little bit more heal from his morning training. But it didn't make Wells Naruto still get beat and gets tied up to the pole. No, scratch that. This time Sakura gets tied up to the pole because she didn't do anything. Naruto was actually trying taijutsu, meanwhile throwing kuna and shurikens at Kakashi. Was actually Kakashi saw in Naruto's eye. He just wanted to hurt him, just hit him. He was kind of angry at something, but it wasn't Kakashi. Kakashi knows it, but he was just angry and hateful, basically. So yeah, when that happens, Naruto just left his uh, lunchbox there and just walked away simply. Sasuke kind of took something wrong from Naruto, and he thought that Naruto pretty much gave his food to Sakura, so he also gave some of his food to Sakura and put it in front of her. Kakashi also mistook it as Naruto being all teamworked. So then Kakashi came while Naruto was standing pretty further away from them and told them, you all passed, it was about teamwork. Naruto did decline that, yeah, I didn't care about teamwork at all because I already ate or something. He just went along with it because he wanted to be a ninja. Then he said, Okay then. We will be having our first mission in a week. Sasuke was like, why? No, Sakura would be like, why in the week, Sensei? You're like, oh, I have my own mission to do, so I won't be here for at least a week. All to Genin's note, Naruto just walked away. Kakashi wanted to talk to him, but he was getting late for his, mission that he had to do. Basically, it was an S rank mission that Horizon gave to Kakashi to do it before he takes, you know, the Team 7 as, his pupil. But Kakashi, did bell test before doing the mission because he wanted to at least know that will he have a team or he will not have a team. So yeah, basically. Naruto simply left, Sasuke left, and Sakura left. Naruto went home and pretty much he packed his bag and just some food, kunais, and was walking towards the forest. Shikamaru saw him and says, "Oh, Naruto, where are you going?" Naruto says, "Oh, our Jonin sensei won't be, leading or any kind of mission for a week, so I will be training for a week." Shikamaru just nodded and too much pry into it, so Naruto left towards the forest. And for the week, Naruto, ah, Naruto just trained on you know, the bunker kind of place. There were weights as well, so Naruto were weights. The original Naruto basically did physical training, while the clone Naruto start doing chakra control training for an entire week. Entire week of them harsh trying again and again. Basically because Kurama has stopped, messing with Naruto's chakra because he can feel Naruto, getting deep into the hatred. So he thinks that if he let him, get stronger, he will be more, hateful. When he's more hateful, he will use more power, and he can, get out of the seal. So that's what, his plan is of the Nine Tails for now. So that's why he stopped messing with Naruto's chakra. Naruto learned wall walking and water walking in the week. Naruto's physical strength was improving quite a lot because he was just angry at himself for losing to Kakashi like that. So he was also, using Nine Tails chakra to heal as, he was pretty much damaging his body by, training with weights, throwing his muscles apart. The muscles are also healing at the same time. And Nine Tails was also allowed it, and he was actually overclocking it to, just healing. Because more stronger he is, the more, Nine Tails chakra he will start to draw upon, and the more he draws, the more you know easier it will be for the Nine Tails to break out of it. So yeah, that's why Naruto was able to get a lot more stronger in a short time, because Nine Tail was pretty much overclocked his healing was kind of same overclocked when Naruto was able to regrow his injury after Sasuke Chidoried him. That kind of overclock. Not that great, but a little bit slower, but you get the gist. Quite overclocked healing. And thanks to his body getting stronger, his natural healing that he gains from being an Uzumaki was also getting a little bit stronger. So yeah, it was a win-win for Naruto and the Nine Tails because his healing was going up, his body was getting strong, and all the stuff was happening. So yeah, thanks to Naruto's chakra control improving, Naruto, can now use more shadow clones because he won't be wasting chakra. Even if he makes a enhanced shadow clone, he just still uses much more chakra before, the week of Naruto's intense training, basically. So yeah, Naruto is quite strong now. Even just a week of training did wonders for Naruto. Just because he was an Uzumaki and he already had a strong body than normal people. So yeah, he wore weights on his arms, his body similar to a weighted shirt, and his legs, and just ran across, the entire forest, punching trees and rocks, making his body hard, basically. And Naruto knows that he heals fast for some reason, but he's not too much questioning that yet. And Naruto's taijutsu also went up a little. Just a little, not too much, because Naruto, actually learned a taijutsu style. Not quite learned it, just learned the basics of it. So yeah, Naruto is a lot more stronger what he was in the original. Not too much, just 15% or something. Yeah, but his chakra control is about 50% more greater than what it was in the original. His physical strength is about 25% more stronger than the original because it's only a week of training. After that, they started to get their D rank missions because a week passed, Kakashi came, but Naruto did went on these D rank missions. For an entire month, Naruto just sent a shadow clone, basically a enhanced shadow clone to be exact. Because now Naruto can create more shadow clones because he has more better chakra control now. So yeah, he's actually sending enhanced shadow clones to do the bidding. Naruto doesn't talk too much now. He just goes there, does the missions for hour or how many it takes, and gets the money and goes to his home. While original Naruto just trains hard. Naruto has learned much better forms of taijutsu. Has basically learns two forms of taijutsu and combined them together. And his physical strength has for training for a week, Rock Lee type of training for a week has increased quite a lot. Because Naruto is constantly just overclocking his regeneration. Because Nine-Tails chakra not just does not give him strength boost at all. It only boosts his regen powers, regeneration. Because Nine-Tail wants it that way. Because the more stronger Naruto's body is, the more Nine-Tails chakra he draws upon. And if the Nine-Tails continuously give Naruto chakra, the seal will get weaker faster. So yeah, unknowing to Naruto, Naruto constantly draws Nine-Tails chakra 24/7. And his chakra, Nine-Tails chakra, runs through Naruto's veins 24/7. His chakra network is simply, blue lines and a little bit of red in them as well, or orange, whatever call the Nine-Tails chakra. So yeah, Naruto is quite strong. I mean, quite strong. Because Naruto makes sure that his chakra doesn't give him physical boost, just regen boost. So yeah, will be a beast in this one. And so, yeah, that happens. A month has passed. Everyone can see Naruto is different now. He stopped wearing his orange jumpsuit. Now he wears red and black, basically. And his eyes are also different. They are still, happy go lucky, but they're also not happy go lucky. He's in a weird trance between, those two of his modes. He stopped hanging out with, Choji and, Shikamaru that much. He still sends a clone to talk with them once in a while. But he mainly is completely focusing on, his training. His taijutsu has went way up. And his speed is also a lot more higher. Because Naruto wears weights all the time, even while sleeping. So yeah, he's a little bit more taller. Basically in the month, Naruto had a growth spurt, to be exact, because Naruto hunted, eated meat, pure utter meat with ramen sometimes because ramen is still his favorite and he can't stop the urges for ramen. But yeah, Hinata can't seem to find Naruto because Naruto is always deep in the forest hiding all the time, and his clones basically goes throughout the village and disappears at a certain point, so no one exactly knows where Naruto is because no one is trying to find Naruto, to be exact. The Hokage did came and talk with Naruto, But Naruto says, I just wanted to be strong, you know. I wanted to be the strongest. Hokage realized that Naruto has, given up on being that childish, knuckle-headed ninja. He wants to be the strongest. So Hokage just left it at that. He can't, pay too much attention on Naruto because, he's mainly pretty much, busy on his, what you call, Hokage work. So yeah, Naruto's speed is about, he's a lot more faster, stronger, and better at Sasuke and raw taijutsu as well. And his chakra control has also gotten better because he knows water walking and tree walking exercises. And Naruto has been using shadow clones to increase his training. That's why he got so strong so quickly. Basically, he makes about hundreds of shadow clones to do his beating training. Basically, sorry about that. One shadow clone fighting uh, two shadow clones at the same time, improving his taijutsu, learning upon those new basics of taijutsu that Naruto has learned. So yeah, Naruto is getting quite a bit of a monster here. And this will be the end of this video, and I will do the wave arc in next video. Bye bye.